Okay, bibbidi boop. Hello, hello, good evening. And let me just set up some stuff, make sure it's all working. Okay, looks good. Looks good. Hello, hello, everybody. Good evening. Good cold evening to wherever you are in the world. Where we are, it is a brisk, not too bad. Is my sense of it. Despite the Santa robe, that's just because I've become a little weenie over the years. Let me see. Weather. Let me look at the weather. Yeah, it's not too bad. It's like in the low 50s here, but I really need to have some kind of core temperature maintenance. Otherwise, I won't be able to won't be able to exude life from the fingertips as I draw. Anyways, I hope everyone's doing okay. Let's see. Announcements. Do we have any announcements today? Not really. This is our first week back. Me and Megan, we're starting to work our regular day jobs again, and with the added responsibility, I can say that my fingers are still working. My elbows don't hurt yet, so I'm trying to pace this at a nice, responsible rate, so that we can keep doing this for a while. I don't know if like those elbow tingies are things that can heal properly, or if they're more like just every time you injure them, they get worse and worse. So I have a lot of misgivings about that, but I don't know. We'll see. I think I'm on, right? Yeah, I think I'm on. Anyways, let's see what else is up. We recently got a form of approval on that project that we're working on. So that's a big that's a big thing. I don't know what it is exactly, but it's definitely big. We feel a lot more confident to just keep on going and continuing to make it and make it better. So that's nice. Again, sorry for all the cloak and dagger mystery about it, but we'll be able to. I don't know if we're going to be able to even announce it before it goes. So we'll see, but we have approval. That's amazing, and we're thankful for that. And we're gonna just keep pressing forward. There any other announcements? Let's see. Let's see. I'm starting to get warm, so I might end up taking off this robe. Um, Not really. I don't think I have anything else in particular. So let's just get going on the animation. I think yes, I do need to actually get rid of Santa because I'm a little warmer than I expected. All right. So with today, let me get to it. Where is there you are, Obes. Let's go to the all. Music is playing. This is playing. So after I after the stream last week, I ended up going a bit further with this character because I liked the goose so much. So let's just play what I have thus far. Wait. Crack. Then wait. Splish. And then it can it can potentially loop back to the beginning. So yeah, I think we stopped in during the stream drawing probably up until these scoops. I forget exactly where we were on the stream. But I went ahead and completed it, and it loops and everything. But I kind of like this guy quite a bit, so I think actually for today we can continue on with their little story. I like how he has Gusano has some kind of a relationship with this cattail reed in his little pond, and I think it'd be nice to continue this. So that's what I'm advocating that we do today. Let me see. So, with that in mind, I was thinking that as we get to the end of this, instead of it looping around, we can cut to night after this lick. So and then we're gonna cut to night, like the same thing, just with a night palette, and then some fun things can happen. So I ended up, let's see, scene. Yeah, I think we should add a new scene. Go back to this scene, and we can just copy our frames from here into our new scene. Paste flames? Paste flames. Okay. Yeah. So now we can go from here, and this will be night. Let's have our read start in a more sleepy position. Someone said in the last stream that the read's going to be the actual hero of this story, and I don't think that's the case, but maybe he'll have a bit more to do than previously expected. So let me add properties. I need a slightly larger brush than 3. Let's go black. We can just have the read be asleep because it's going to be night. So I think I'm just going to start with animating a bit of a sleep cycle for our read there. And then eventually I want to draw a couple options for other characters. I did some roughs in my notebook. I never keep a notebook, but here we are. We're being a responsible artist by actually creating creating a paper trail of ideas, essentially. Let me cut this. Insert new symbol. This is scene 8. Sleep. So it'll be a simple little, like, kind of up and down, pretty subtle breathing thing. Since I don't think he's a big snorer, let's go probably longer than 12, like 16. Like a nice, relaxed pace of breathing. He's asleep, but you still have to breathe when you sleep. So he's gonna come up. And go back down. So nice. See, even that feels too fast. So maybe we'll go 24. A full second long sleep cycle. Yeah, that seems like a better rhythm. So let's have him be asleep. Let's go, I guess, with 8s, because this is a pretty quick thing. So we can almost anticipate here, since it's not moving all up and down. We can antic a little bit. And then continue his little journey in Dreamland. So down, up. Down, up we go. I really thought I would need that Santa robe, but I'm actually quite warm now. I think I am also due for a haircut. I don't think my hair provides that much insulation, but it provides some. Okay, not having the hood helps. Deary me. Okay, so he's starting to go up. Can just ease him into this. Thank you, Auto Recovery, for saving our files. We're always appreciative of all Auto Recovery. Let's see. And then probably want to see. So that feels too quick. I think what's happening is maybe too much. What if we just get rid of the anticipation then and just have him start going up? That's still popping, so that means we got fixes to make. All right. Well, that arc is messed up anyway, so it wasn't even the it wasn't even the antic. Let's go like this. Headed, but I have an idea. And once I'm done with this sleep cycle guy, I will start drawing up some options for who the other character in this little drama will be. So up, down, up, down. Yeah. And I think I came up with a couple of fun options in our notebook, so I'm excited to see if anybody has any sort of a preference. Because we do need some villainy. I've noticed that in most of the shorts that I've been making, the the general theme is someone is under duress of being eaten. So there's a lot of eating going on, which maybe that makes sense because I end up doing these around dinner time. So maybe eating is very naturally on the mind. But you know, I have more thoughts on things than just eating. Okay. So we're going to ease down. Let's see what the in-between of these are. Okay. Alright, I think this is going to be good. Okay, so let's play this. Yeah, it basically gets the idea across. There are some it's a little wiggly in places, but that's okay. I don't mind. My hands are just wiggly naturally. Some would say that's even a plus in this animation. There's a personal wiggly touch in what we're doing. I'm just gonna clean them up a little bit, and then I'll move it back to. I'll start drawing the critters for the next scene. So. Let's see, something happened here where he's breathing it. He may be a plant, but he certainly breathes. As they all do, as all things must breathe. So we just want to make that, we want to make sure that feels good. Okay. Oops. Black. Yeah, I think I can live with that. Just a few tiny little modifies. Okay. We want to continue that arc. Special attention must be given to the face. Okay. Okay, good. Alright. So let's drop this guy in. 0, 6. Oh wait. I should actually... yeah. Need to know relatively where he's gonna be since we're doing a, is it called a match cut or something, where everything is the same positionally but we're just changing scenes. All right, so now we're gonna give this some room, and let's choose a let's choose an antagonist. Okay, I'm actually pretty excited about this. Let me see, what's good music for an antagonist? I guess we can choose Wario Inc. Let's go with that. Alright, so if I just turn off these layers. Actually, let's make a whole new document. Alright, so the idea of this this little guy is that they're gonna come in and sort of be a little thievish. You know, they come in, you have some ideas, you see some goodies, and you take. Because, you know, when you're an animal, there's no property, there's no ownership. You're just taking stuff. So, of our various taker possibilities, we can have one. Let's do a little raccoon. I'm going to reference this design that I made earlier. Let's make this just a little bit smaller. And this guy is going to be a raccoon, of course. Of course, a raccoonius. So just give him like a pretty basic mask. Got the little angry eyebrows because he's a little villain. Even though, you know what, in his own mind, he's just doing what he's got to do to survive. So he's got his little grabbers here. Not to grab. And there you go. We try to keep our character designers simple so that we can animate lots. So that's one. We can have this guy be one of the grabbers. Let's call him option number 1. Let's go option number 2. I drew a little rat, and he looks something like this. And he's got the shifty eyes as well. You know, try to make some proper villains. Got little hairs here, although I probably won't animate those until much later. We got his little grabbers as well. Let's give him like 2 little weeny feet coming out of the bottom. And of course, this earthworm tail that they all have, which is pretty cool. And then for 3, we can, instead of an animal, we could also do a little goblin critter. So, goblin critter maybe more obviously villainous. Like so. I'm gonna draw his little grabbers as well. All these grabbers are quite thin, which makes sense because, you know, greed. When you're greedy, no matter what you get, you're still feeling a little empty. That's the life lesson here for these particular folks. And then one more, number 4. Let's go. I drew a little rabbit. So we can have this guy. It's kind of a scary rabbit that I drew. It's more like shaped like a skull almost. I guess we could even like have him be like have like a skull mask. Oh yeah, that's a cool idea. So I'm gonna give him like a skull mask. I did not draw that beforehand. That's just freaking woo! There's a wheeling and dealing as we go. Just a little lumpy, still some kind of a cute body at the end. And then here's his. This one's a little more complicated, which should possibly be why I like him. His complexity is still cool. He's got his little bag there. He's got his little feet, and of course he's got his little tail. Now that I've made that face part of his skull, I'm not entirely sure if he's a rabbit or not. But anyways, these can be, these 4 here, one of them can be our culprit for part 2 of Gusano's adventures, which I wasn't sure what they're going to be all in all. I think this one can come in, starts grabbing stuff, see the reed, our little reed friend here, and then grab him as well, which will make our Gusano friend want to go out and actually save the reed. So I'm going to open these up as possibilities. Let's see, let's start a poll. Which villain should, I guess essentially, which villain should we cast? This is a casting call for villainies. So 1, raccoon. Let's go 2, rat. I was gonna say ratoon, but he is a ratoon, so that works. 3, let's call him a Grem. A little Grem guy. And 4, let's go rabbit. Rabbit guy. Alright, so these are the choices, and we'll see. We'll see what happens. Doodly-doo-doo-doo. Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? They're all special little villains in their own right. Let's see. I think Ashley's song? What's that? WarioWare? I haven't actually heard these songs, so I might go back out of WarioWare. Let's not do that. Let's go. Let's go Solid Snake. Oh, Rabbit guy's got a vote. Okay, that's cool. I can go with that. I particularly like Rabbit guy myself. Hold on, I'll be right back. I'm just gonna get some water. Let me write that on screen. Getting H2O, because I'm cool. BRB. Alright, just getting water. Alright, I'm back. Megan is watching the first season of Survivor that Tony, I forget his last name, but what that guy named Tony, who's very good at Survivor, is in. And I don't know. I can't. There's parts of that game that I really like. I like the physical stuff. I'm kind of a brawny fellow myself, so I like it when they're up and doing challenges. But mostly, I yeah, what am I trying to say? That's mostly what I like. But when they start getting into that, oh, who's gonna do what and who's gonna vote where? I'm like, oh, just do it. Just vote whoever. Who cares? Let's see. So maybe I should just be watching American Ninja or something else. That's like all challenges, right? I have no idea. Let's see. Who's it gonna be? Is it gonna be Rabbit? I don't know what's behind the mask. I kind of like that he has that mask, and I kind of like that I don't know who's behind it. Is it gonna be Raccoon? You know, a game that I wanted to play when I was a little kid, but I didn't have Nintendo, or not Nintendo. I didn't have PlayStation, so I couldn't play it. Was Sly Cooper, and I wonder if they're ever gonna remake that. Probably, because everything gets remade. So why wouldn't they remake Sly Cooper? It's like a fun little addition, but even that, just that little thing is going to make him a lot harder to animate. These sort of stripy things I can always add in afterwards, but the other stuff is like overlap, so it can be a little tricky. Okay. Ooh, Gremlin leading the way. Strong showing for Gremlin. Maybe because he has a little more obvious emotional expression. Or maybe it's because of this fancy earring that he's got. Ooh, very nice. Gremlin. I'll let the vote run for a few more minutes, even though I think Gremlin's taken the commanding lead, and then we will get back to it. So it's be a good time to stretch. I hope everyone's doing all right in this new year and feeling good and feeling healthy. Like I said earlier in the stream, we started working again, so I've been storyboarding and drawing for this other thing. And I gotta just make sure that, like, I'm taking breaks and I'm being healthy, because, you know, it's kind of like trying to think. You know how Travis Kelce used to be really good at football, and I'm saying that not as a football person, but from what I knew, he was for a while challenging Gronkowski as like one of the most productive and lethal end zone threats from that position. So he was doing great, and then all of a sudden this year his numbers have dropped off quite precipitously. So I think for some positions in sports, it doesn't go like slowly; it can go very quickly, and I don't know what if that applies or how that applies to animation at all. But let's just say I don't want it to all go away very quickly. I would like to be able to be healthy and keep drawing for a long time. Maybe this is something ridiculous in my mind, saying something like, yeah, 7 seasons of Squat. So like 7 years of doing that series, and then I'll be pretty satiated. Which I haven't even done one. I've only done like the one short Squat. I haven't even done a single episode yet. But that's kind of where it is in my brain. All right, let's go. Let's put on Earthbound, because Earthbound is sweet. Let's take a nice swig. Ooh, raccoons on the board. Okay. Very cool. Very cool. Always happy to see raccoon on the board. Okay. And let's see. Oh wait, I'm back. I'm not getting water anymore. I have tea. Oh wait, I don't need to save this. This is all a moot point. Well, I'm gonna give Gremlin Guy a little bit of love. Let's see. We can give him like an open mouth. So let's see. I think he should have only one tooth. And be otherwise real gummy. I learned through animating that goat thing, and actually not even through animating the goat thing, but for being online, someone said that goats don't have upper teeth, or like they don't have incisors in their front, upper teeth, and I didn't know that. So my animation of the goat eating the yam is actually quite inaccurate, but that's the thing. You can always learn on the internet. I think we'll keep his mouth closed most of the time, but it's nice to know that he's got the teeth. And let's see. Pretty happy with the rat and with the rabbit and raccoon. These are our villains of the woods. Okay, I think we'll probably close it because I think Gremlin's gonna win, and I want to get back to animating in our little scene. So, yeah, let's call it. Calling it here. Gremlin win. Gremlin win. That's what I'm gonna say. Gremlin win. So, congrats to Gremlin. You are our villain for this little chunk of the story. All right, so let's go back to over here. Got a little guy snoozing, and then I think we can just have the Gremlin come in, not leg. Let's call him Grem. Here we go, Grem. Let me just try to feel out the timing. So we cut to this. You hear kind of like cheep sounds. Beep beep beep. It's late at night. And then maybe around here, it'll be a sort of a slow beginning. We can have him kind of pop in frame here. Let's see. Do you want him to come out of the bush? Yeah, let's actually have a bunch of stupid bushes because that'll make it easier to animate if I just have to animate his torso. So let's do some background design. This is always fun. Let's see. Let's do a stupid looking bush. Something like so. This is almost a little mini tree, but that's what bushes are, right? They're all just mini trees. I favor bushes over flowers. I remember when my dad first bought a home, which I was very against, because I don't know why I was against so many things as a kid. But he first bought a home and was thinking about getting flowers, or maybe he got flowers already, and they didn't survive. So, owing to the fact that we are, none of us, very green with our thumbs and effective as gardeners, I believe I told him that we should just get bushes instead, because hopefully at least they would survive. But I'm finding even now, bushes are not necessarily hardier, just because they're sturdier. Let's see. So yeah, he can come out of this bush. Let's go with that. Graham. Let's have him pop out here. What's his design like again? Okay. I think we can also just kind of not straight ahead this. Let's come in a bit closer. Oh, I guess the first thing that you'll see of him is his beautiful earring, which is always a wonderful introduction to a character, to see them by their bling. I guess that's the intended purpose of it. You want to be seen, that's why you wear the bling. Or actually, maybe we don't even see him first. We just see his hand come out and grab this plate. That's what we could do. Even better. You shall be known by your actions. Give him a little mystique. Like, is he a tree? Did this tree grow arms? Is this world wacky enough to allow for that? I think so. What? Let's go. Let's get this plate. Everything will be mine. I've stolen some things before. Woohoo! I think the statute of limitations for my thievery has long passed, and plus I was already caught for it as a kid, so I can very safely talk about the fact that I've stolen things and it has not paid off for me. What did I steal? I stole stupid stuff, like stupid stuff you steal as a kid, like pencils. I was in a classroom and I don't know if I didn't have pencils or I just didn't want to use my own, but I ended up stealing some pencils and pens. And then my teacher ended up confronting me about it, and I was mortified. I don't know if anyone's been a breaker of the law as a kid, or if you're all wonderful non-criminals. But that was not fun. I would say just experiencing that feeling of a teacher's disappointment, because I actually liked that teacher too. That was the main thing. If it was a teacher I didn't care for, then yeah, you get mad at me, whatever, dude. But that teacher I actually liked, and he was so just like, why you take my pens? And I'm like, I don't know. Why did I take the pens? I don't know. Okay, now we can just separate this. Get rid of this plate. I don't know, guy. Why do we do the things we do? It's not for me to know, especially not at that age. It just seemed like a cool pen. I didn't know how to acquire one otherwise. But this little guy, I don't know. I suppose it might be just in his nature. I mean, gremlins are rather thievious, perhaps. And is it so wrong then if it's just your nature? If it is just who you are? I saw something a couple days ago on Reddit, in their futurology subreddit actually, that some dude spent many years studying this and has come to the scientific conclusion that we do not actually have, any of us, free will. So there you go. And this fella here, taking this plate, it is not a moral choice, it is the only choice because he has no free will. That's what we want our stream to be, is heavy metaphysicals. So let's see. Alright, that grab feels a little weird, but let's see. Maybe we can get rid of a frame? Yeah, that's better. So, let's see. We cut to the scene. It's a nice, peaceful night. Weep, 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 weep. And then let's just have him burst into the scene. Why not? He's done his thieving, and now he's ready to reveal his nature. So here, let's just have him come out like freaking butt first. Lands on his feet. Gotta be light on your feet. Wait, I give him 3 toes, I think, right? Yeah, 3 toes. Let's give him the 3. Make him a little more, just a little bit more relatable, a little less alien. You know, we always want to have a little bit of sympathy for our villains and our monsters. He He starts with a bit of an upskirt on his on his wares. But you know what? He doesn't have anything to hide, so who cares? Let's have him land right on his tippy toes. Because he's freaking ninja like that. Even though if you described him as a ninja, he would not know what that is. I think, yes, the first thing you would see of his face would be his impressive jaw. Okay. We'll see how this turns out. Okay, there's that extra line. The little extra thing was bothering me. Then he's gonna sort of settle, ease into that step, but he's gonna stay on his toes. A ninja must always be on his toes, even when he's not a ninja. Let me make the background layer a little semi-transparent. Yep. Alright. This way we don't have to stick the the plate in a bag. Also, you can just sort of come with this bag. Or actually no, we don't even need it. Let's just have him pop out. A little less sharp on that. Let's make that first part of his ear sort of chewed off. Give him a little bounce up. And then then we can have him settle. So let's see. I think he needs to overshoot a little bit more this way. And then settle back. Gram. All right. So let's see. So let's see. I think maybe because this is already popping. where's that extra thing happening? Should we overshoot down? Is that the solution? I think this should be okay. Nope. Nope, had that head going the wrong way, as I suspected. But just because you suspect something doesn't mean you're going to act on those suspicions. In fact, sometimes you act the opposite way, as I just aptly demonstrated there. And then I'll do a check in just a second to make sure he still looks like the gremlin that I initially designed. Sometimes it happens that as you draw a character, especially one that you just designed sometime in the afternoon and don't have the most familiarity with, that their look can kind of change in ways that you did not anticipate. I think he's looking pretty much as he should. Looks evil enough. Let's see. I think maybe it's also the frame rate. Let's do it like this. Let's zoom out, see where we're at. Alright. So we got a little guy sleeping, and then plate's gone. Zoink, zoink, zoink. So we can actually maybe even continue with the leaf. Then have the leaf be taken up. And then give it a little arc. We can also be a little anime about his reveal and like give him a little more antic before he opens his eyes in that sort of like, I'm a villain sort of way. I'm not a big anime watcher, but I think I know the tropes. And tropes are tropes because they work and they convey something. So I do not mind him being a little grim and having a sort of villainy about him. Pinch his shoulders up a little bit. You know, for a fellow who wears a bag and no underwear, might be a thief, but he's very confident. So, and that's what we really all like about villains, right? Is that they are confident despite being transgressive, which is probably the least cool way that I could have said that. They are confident despite being bad is the clearer way to express it. Transgressive. Ew. Sometimes I was once an English major. Not that that really means anything, but I enjoy a bit too much the boobities of language. There you go. Okay. Oop. Good. I didn't I didn't exit without saving. So maybe what I could do is actually extend this head a little bit. Yeah. All right. So we now have sort of finally encountered and met our little Grem guy. I think he's gonna need to grab a few more things because right now it's like, well, you don't have the clearest picture of what he did with the plate that he grabbed. So I think we need to give him a bit more to know what he's doing. So I'm gonna probably have him grab a couple things from the area. Not that there isn't that much more to this surrounding. Woohoo! As I animate him, I'm maybe seeing a little bit more of why he was picked. He's got this sort of villainous charm. I like the bad boys. In the Dark Knight, I was rooting for the Joker. Whoa. uh, I don't think I was, but he was more compelling than "You're garbage. You only kills for money." Batman. We were gonna watch that at some point during the vacation, but I think Megan didn't want that in her brain too close to bedtime. Maybe we'll end up watching it again. So, just woo, settle. Comes in, grabs the plate. Probably even use a couple of those frames. Give him one more sort of trace over, and then we're gonna have him start grabbing stuff like this. Yeah. Oh, Alejandro. Sorry, I most people I don't there wasn't a lot of people talking today, so I've been a little buried in the animation. But hello, welcome to the stream. Hello, Alejandro, and hello, Klaus. Uh, there's no lateness. I think the only thing coming in a little late means that you probably weren't able to vote between the different choices of critters that we had. So what I'm doing today, uh, sorry to come back and do a little recap, but I ended up adding on to our little scene from last time which was this goose coming out and enjoying himself some pancakes. There you go, some syrup. Yep, yep. Meow, meow, meow. Delicious. Then given some syrup to his little reed friend who enjoys it, and then it goes back. So I wanted to continue this guy's story a little bit, and the idea for this next part is that we would come in and we sort of cut in place and catch up with the reed when it's nighttime. So it's night, the reed's asleep, and then this other guy comes in to start stealing stuff and messing things up. So we earlier on in the stream we voted between these four different villains, and we ended up staying with the little gremlin number three. So I guess yeah, like I'm anticipating that when I stream these like weekly streams, it'll be something similar to where I will have some kind of a prompt towards the beginning of the stream, and then based off of like votes, go from there. So yeah, if you want to vote in the stream or stuff like that, probably being at the beginning, which is typically around 7, um, will get you in to be able to vote which critter design you wanted. I thought maybe this masked rabbit would have a chance because he's a little intriguing, but I suppose Gremlin guy had the more winning smile. So we're doing Gremlin. It's kind of fun casting the casting the cartoons with chat. So yeah, he's just gonna come in and just gonna mess some stuff up, basically. Let's see. First and second are really amazing. Thank you. I like I like the raccoon and the rat. They might be in the short later on, possibly. But first, we have to have him come and have this little gremlin guy mess stuff up. So maybe we'll, as part of his reveal and as part of his settle, he can start looking around like, ooh, what do we have here? And then he can grab different things because he's a little thief. He's a little taker, you know? Give me your. Maybe the first thing that he takes is. Well, the first thing he takes is a plate. And then he takes. What else is he going to take? Some rocks, some mushrooms. They don't have to have value because the thrill isn't in acquiring value, but in taking. It's the thrill of the take for this little Grem guy. Cool. Yeah, yeah. No problem. Like I understand that it's everybody is on different time zones, and for that we're actually super grateful to have people in different areas watching and enjoying this stuff. Yeah, I'm not sure how. Maybe we'll. That might be a way to incorporate stuff in polling. So maybe actually, yeah, for the next section of this, I could potentially do a community poll and put the designs there for people to vote on instead of having it here in the here in the beginning of the stream when not everybody can come in. So that might be a thing to do. So yeah, that's the new illumination from this adventure. And as you know, we're always adjusting and always learning of what works and what doesn't. And maybe that might be better is if we open up the option in like a community post, um, if people want to end up voting on what critters they want. So let's see. Let's also not have these legs be so twinny like that. So we'll have one leg. Let's have this leg more out so that they're not all doing the same stuff at the same time. In animation terms, that's called twinning, and we don't like it. So there. It creates a little bit more life than just having them do everything at the same time. So I can actually drop this leg a little bit as well. So we further combat the twinning feeling. And then here we'll just raise this leg a little bit slower. So let's just have it be like that. Meow. All right. Yeah, so there we give him a little bit more life and a little less roboticism. And then let's have him get some stuff. First thing he's gonna get is, and I'll just have to end up dropping these objects in afterwards. Is that what his profile looks like? That's another reason why he may have trouble making friends, is because his profile, or his head straight on look, appears frowny, but really he's smiling. It's like, hey guys, it's just my face. I'm actually smiling and a good guy to be around. But because my face is structured this way, when I turn to look at you head on, you can't actually see that I'm smiling. So let's this part, I straight ahead of the first part, but let's step animate this next stuff. It's another thing. I'm always still trying to learn what methodology works best. Yeah. But yeah, this goes out to everybody who's stolen stuff as a kid, which I have and got rightly punished for. Not even punished, because I don't think anything came of it other than the shame and the guilt of it. So let's do this. Let's have him grab. What's he stealing from the ground here? We can just make stuff up. Here it is. You just get a little bit out of the straight ahead, and then you can see that he's actually a cheery, smiley guy who is very pleased to make your acquaintance and would love to steal stuff for you. You know, he's just the stealing is just a talent. It is not a moral choice. As we said earlier, since free will, we determined, is not real. Let's actually, let's just pop this leg out here, which is going to be fun to manage from an animation standpoint. So he's going to grab. What is he grabbing here? A mushroom? Let's have him grab a mushroom. That would be nice. And again, he's a gremlin, no underwear, but then he's got really nothing much going on under there, so no no risks. It is not a risky animation in that sense. Maybe he's first happy about it? It's like, why would he grab it in the first place if he's not happy about it? But I think he's gotta be unhappy. Like, look at this mushroom. Grab, grab. Oh, Jackson. Oh, hello. Hey, Jackson. Sorry, my my attention is not always in the chat, but hello, hello. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you from you. Alejandro. Well, gotta go, but it was nice. Yeah, of course, no problem. We're just here, and however much you want to join and participate, it's your life, baby. Do whatever you like. Down, 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 down. But thanks, we appreciate everybody who ends up joining on these streams. At least I definitely do because I'm the one sitting here. It's nice to be able to do stuff and just kind of not be animating alone all the time. Oh, hello, hello, hello. Your message got retracted, so I'm not sure what you said before, but hello. Hope all is well. I will pass along that you are here to Megan. She's watching Survivor. Ah, thank you, thank you. Let's see. Well, I gotta track the emotions of this guy. Coming in, steals this. Maybe just stealing a lot of things happily. Steals this, take the mushroom, put it in, take a pebble, put it in, and then, yeah, I think he's take the mushroom, pebble, and then he's gonna reach for something else, and then he's gonna see, oh wait, what I actually want to steal is this reed guy. So that's what we'll do. Yeah, ba-bam. Yeah, ba-bam. Yeah, what's been going on with you? Are you animating some new stuff too? Are you gonna continue to make that talk show? Or anything else? Let's see. Let's have him grab his shirt. This one was a little bit more planned than what we usually do on stream, but I'm liking the being able to essentially do whatever um, on stream for animation, or almost whatever. Brr. He's got a bit of a hairy chest there. Let's not have that run too parallel to his to his skirt hem. Let's see. Then he takes the mushroom, he steals the mushroom. It's not the usual cute stuff that we do. We're going villainy for this one, which I like. Let's see, grab, and then I'm gonna shove that in. Ho ho! The shoving part. That's the reward. Actually, there are many rewards of thieving. I'm not advocating for thieving. I'm just trying to get inside the headspace of the character. I am acting here. So there's the pleasure of being able to put something away. Then there's also the pleasure of going home and looking at your stash of what you've acquired in the night's villainy. And I think right now he's full acquisitions high right now. He's like, hoo, getting it all. Honestly, let's give him like a nice, like happy, less villainous thing. Like true happiness right here. No like evil kind of feeling at all. Just like the pure happiness that you would get from opening a package, you know? Regardless of whether you're a good guy or a bad guy, when you open a package, that's a pure emotion right there. So let's make that emotion of putting something into his bag clearly a happy one. So he's gonna grab, put it in. Let's and go right back to villainy as he emerges from this grab feeling. He's gonna grab all this other stuff like rocks and moss and whatever else is on the ground around here. Probably like a fork because it is a sort of a dining area for our goose guy. So we're sort of step posing it out. That's illegal. It is illegal, but that's what makes it good. Is that little bad boy feeling that you get. Maybe I'll give him like a little boob. No, let's just leave it at that. His chest cavity can be whatever you imagine it to be. So let's see what our scene is thus far. We got our little guy sleeping, and then our guy grabs a plate, comes in, grabs his stuff. Maybe we need to. There's like too many beats, like beat, beat, beat. It feels like it's slowing it down. So let's have him just go. We can actually even get rid of this one. So grab, place. What if we do it like that? Grab, place. The eye direction is kind of muddling some of the acting a little bit. Maybe actually what we want is a bit more up. So let's have him grab again. I think he's going to grab a fork here. Can have his shirt down already. He's just a little meat boy. That one doesn't look like him, so I think we need to push that jawline up a little bit higher. That looks more like him again. Probably even need to lower it a bit more. Not getting enough squash in there. Squash. Got that. Got that. He's just like one of those companies that lives to take over other companies. There are many pleasures that are probably similar to this. Grab, put it in, grab. So you got a fork here. Grab, 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 grab. What is he grabbing here? Say a rock? He just wants a rock? Why not? Rocks are nice. We can have him look up. Then we got to give him a take. Classic animation take right here. Well, not right now, but he's gonna do one of those, huh? What? Which is always fun to do. And then he can finally arrive at the story point that we made. I think this also ended up being a lot longer than I imagined it being at the beginning, but that's like par for course for how I animate. So let's just there he is. Here's our first little little take drawing. It might be too pushed, but it's always better to push more and fix later. Let's give him like a little squiggly arm there. I really squash him for this take. This is what's going to set off the plot for the rest of this rest of this story. So we should push and exaggerate as much as we can the impact of this moment. Sometimes you see things and you want them, and sometimes you see them and you just have to have them. It's different. Let's go. Since the goose was pretty wacky, we don't want everyone to be like that wacky, because then like you're gonna lose contrast, and our main goose character is not gonna stand out as much. But let's let's try to have a little bit of fun. Okay. Just a little whoop. Let's see. So this might be a little bit too much. Grab, monk, grab, grab, grab. Hmm. Is this going to work? I've entered a little period of uncertainty. But I think it will. Getting real wiggly with the line quality, but that is okay. All right, let's see. Let's see where we're at thus far. It's been a bunch of animation already. So let's save first and let's back up. Got our breathing, a nice calm day. Snatch, grab, bonk, grab, grab. Grab, grab. It's almost like a double right now, which I don't actually mind. I was a little concerned with that, but I'm actually okay with that sort of double take that's happening there. It's like a up and then up again. Hmm. Yeah, I think it works. I think it works. So let's see. Go back again. Goblin grabs plate. I think we can take out some of this. Let's see. Grabs a plate. Yeah, and just get right into it. We don't need that anime like I'm evil. I think we can just move him along to do more stealing, since we already see that he's stealing. So let's get to more stealing. Grab, grab, bonk, grab, grab. Let's see. I don't know if we want the reed to be awake. No. I've thought of something else. Okay, but let me. What I'll do actually do right now is in between some of these other things. So then we'll see if it's actually reading or if we need to change time. But I think what we'll have him do is sort of like on his toes go up to the reed, and then snatch him, and then bounce. And that'll be the idea for this scene. But for now, since we did the hard work of doing these in betweens or doing these breakdowns and keys, let's go and actually do the things. So let's see. We give him a little bit of antic. And this part, again, since I'm not as much of a key pose animator, this stuff is always a little, I don't know how it's gonna go type of feeling, but you gotta risk it. You gotta live a little dangerously. Let's see, what do we need his hands to get to here? Okay, so maybe we'll just start him going like so, and continue on. Yeah, I think that probably the thing is, I don't want to bombard people with too much content, I guess. Like we have and I'm probably just saying this out loud because I need to get over myself or something like that. But I will speak my mind because this is our stream, so let's go. I'm really happy with being able to make like a little comic that we make every year or every Monday for our community post. Um, and I'm just a little cognizant of not wanting to be in everyone's feed all the time for every little thing. But maybe what we should do, since like not everyone shows up onto the stream, like at the exact moment where I am getting ready to essentially decide what we're doing with all this time. So it might be better to set, or I'll probably try it out for the next week to and create voting options for what people want to see in the community post, and we can do it that way because this story's not going to be over. The goose guy has to find out that his reed friend was taken, and then he's got to go try to attempt to find him. So there will be more casting that can get done. So I'm gonna do. I think that's the right thing to do is to make it easier for people to vote and not harder. And then yeah, we'll just end up doing that on stream. So I don't know exactly if I'm in betweening correctly, but who cares? Okay. Yeah. But for everyone who is here and hanging out, cool. Thanks for coming along on animation. I realize that it's very slow, but that's the nature of it. It's slow now, but just wait until I learn how to use AI. That's a joke. I will never. I don't think I could ever use. Well, no, it'll depend. It'll depend on what it is. But I'm very happy to just sort of slowly slug my way through this stuff. There was a moment where not just a moment, probably a quite a bit of time when I really thought it was incredibly important, and it probably still is incredibly important to learn Blender, um, just to have that like have the knowledge base for a program that seems very useful. Um, but I don't know that that's something that we really want to implement in our own work here. Or like, I think for a lot of animation, or I'm not sure how it is for other people, but I can say that like I've I've thought about like the quality of our work in a way, because I would say for the most part, our animation is pretty basic. It's not very fancy. It's not like you're not going to see our animation on Katsuka or any of those other like really we love animation type of things, because that's just not what we do. We're not here creating really, I would probably say even like a really good animation. We're just kind of like batting trying to hit singles, maybe is what the philosophy here is. But like in doing that, sometimes because you see a lot of other people post stuff, you're like, ooh, is the right thing to do to try to focus on just doing what we're doing and being happy with that, or should I be learning new techniques to sort of fancify my ability so that we can do stuff with like more shaders or 3D and cooler camera movements and all the other stuff that you can do if you have the technological know-how. And for me personally, it's not just like a know-how thing, it's also just what does or doesn't work with my brain. I've never been very intuitive when it comes to computer programs. So if I was to attempt to learn something like Blendino, it would be it would not be just an investment, it would be a pain. um, but like calculating that pain and wondering if it's worth it has been was a big issue before, where I'm like, I can't make fancy stuff, and I can't make we're struggling with a lot of different aspects of the stuff we're making. For me in particular, for example, like I do not like animating um effects like water, smoke, fire, all that sort of stuff. I just don't like it. It doesn't work with my brain the way animating Gooby Grems does. So like, to do that or to remedy that, should I be learning how to do something in Blender and like trying to figure out a way to get that to look like what I want it to look like? Or should I just be instead kind of more satisfied with what I can make? And the way I'm leaning now is like more just happy with what I can make. And even if it's not the fanciest, it doesn't have all the shaders, doesn't have all the things that like I'm okay with it. So I don't know why I started talking about this, but it's just some thoughts that I've had recently um, about technology. Maybe that comes in part because I've been watching a lot of SpongeBob, and SpongeBob is incredibly low tech and just also incredible. And that's been one of the nice things about the internet too, for me personally, is not worrying about fanciness, because you can see on the internet that there's so many different kinds of things that people watch, and some of it is indeed very fancy and very technical and accomplished from a visual sort of excellence standpoint. And then there are a lot of also other things that are just like you know aren't are isn't the fanciest. Maybe I should just say it that way. But people still really like and enjoy it. So I think for me and Megan, as long as we both like and enjoy what we're making, then that should be enough, right? Okay. So as I'm finding out, I need to add frames, but that's good. Okay. So he comes in, grabs a plate, then wow, grab. So 8:36. All right, I'm gonna go. I think until 9, and then that'll be about 2 hours of animation. I haven't eaten any dinner yet, so I'm a bit hungry right now. But I think that's what the plan will be. Is go until 9, and then for the next community animation, maybe on Tuesdays, I will post something about like what the next stage of this is, because I do like the feeling that like, or no, I hope that people get the feeling that they are also kind of contributing and making a choice um, for what goes on in these. So I will create some kind of a post so that people can vote on casting and designs in that place. And then we can go from there. And if people feel that we are bombarding them too much, then you can unsubscribe, and that's okay. But we'll see. So grab. We need this. Then, yep, his hand's gonna come over as he needs to go get his shirt ready. Right, let me check actually with the design. Yeah, he still looks like how he's supposed to look like. Maybe what I can do actually, though, I might need to take a pass to sort of flatten the top of his head. That's something that's losing a bit of the definition that I liked in the design initially. Let's keep his head nice and kind of flat. Yeah, I think that looks better if it's flat than if it's just a round. You need that. You need that contrast. That sort of feels like part of it's been lopped off, but I'll have to go back and fix that stuff myself a bit later. But yeah, it was flat, and then it sort of convexed again. What are you doing? There you go. Pretty easy thing to fix. And just something that I'll have to pay attention to as I'm going along. Uh-oh, he went from grabbing the top of the mushroom to grabbing the bottom. How do we manage that? Well, we can have him toss it up. So he can toss it up this way so that we can fix his hand positioning later. Oh, it's funny. Down, down. Pops it up. Pop. So let's see. It's sticking here. Pop open. Okay. Bring the mushroom in. If anyone's looking out for new mushrooms to try to eat, I would highly suggest the large oyster mushrooms that you can find in Asian markets. They are delicious. They take to flavoring very well. This is actually a shout out to my friend Sanjay for suggesting this, but having oyster mushrooms and then just cooking them very simply with a little bit of butter, a little bit of salt. You can insert some hot peppers as well. you have yourself a very almost meat-like, without any of the heaviness, uh, mushroom food experience. So there you go. This is not an oyster. I guess it could be an oyster mushroom. It kind of looks like it. Also, hello, Big Man Lane. Hello, welcome, welcome. Oh, something else I said I was going to do was on every stream I will try to, or I will, do a gift membership. And it's unfortunate that I can't choose who those go to. It just seems like the way of it is that it's a lottery type of thing. But I canceled my New York Times subscription, and I'm gonna put that money into gifting subscriptions or gifting memberships to different people. It'll be better for my mental health than having a New York Times position subscription, anyways. So I will do that in in a moment. I just remembered. I sort of forgot about that. That's something that I'm gonna do. Boop. So he grabs a mushroom, sticks it in, then he's gonna go do his other stuff. But yeah, what's going on, Big Man Lane? How you doing? What's new? Hiya! We're continuing on with our little goose scene, but instead of goose, we're having this little thief guy come in, grab, 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 and he's gonna and grab him. Well, should we do that? I'm not there yet. Anyways, I'll make up my mind once we get there. But for now, let's grab some mushrooms. All right. So, pose to pose works pretty well. I've already done quite a little bit. I think that actually works also better for this type of animation that we're doing, because we're not after the smoothness as much as we are after the funnies, and getting to the different story points as economically and also as enjoyably as we can. So I keep telling myself to do more pose to pose for these, but old habits are habits for a reason. Boom, boom, boom. Pretty good. I'm going on a plane tomorrow. Where are you going? Where is your plane taking you? I think our neighbor said they were going on a cruise, so I guess a plane isn't a cruise. But where may you be going? On vacation, I hope. I'd like to go on vacation again. I think after our little winter break, Megan and I both came to the strong conclusion that we needed another one of at least the same length right afterwards. But you know what? Here we are, back in the saddle. Always ready to freaking animate, because animation is cool. So let's see. Grab. Bonk. Oh, excuse me. That was kind of gross. I apologize. Yep. We're gonna go into vacation now. When is the next vacation? I guess we have next Monday off here in the States, or I would assume in most states in the States, given that it's MLK Day. But most likely, what we'll be doing then is just resting and relaxing. At some point, we'll probably take a flight to go see our friend in Cincinnati this year. But just taking it one day at a time. We got a lot of projects to do, a lot of things to finish, and I think both me and Megan have some good juice this year. I think we're actually able to rest a little bit on vacation, and hopefully that'll carry over for the rest of our time as well. Wonk. Okay, so grab, wonk, grab. Ooh. Fork acquired. Yeah, this part was a little fast when I posted out. That's why I'm trying to slow it down a little bit as we go along. Big Man Lane, you have a tale to tell? Working concessions. Oh, you set off the. Did you set off the fire alarm because you burnt the popcorn? Is that the story that you're trying to tell? The confessional of the concessional? I've never I've never caused the fire alarm to go off in school. I mean, it's there for something. Usually, when things go bad or when people die in fires, it seems like mostly it's from smoke. And granted, you probably did not produce a lethal amount of smoke from one popcorn fire, but the alarms respond to what they respond to. So I would say it's a happy accident, and thankfully nobody was hurt. But thanks for sharing that story. Hopefully everybody was able to go back to their wrestling matches and wrestled and did all that stuff. All right. Yeah, I should probably. Yeah, it's almost 9 o'clock, so I'm gonna stop then. That'll be good because my arm probably needs a good break. I've been drawing all day. And even though I can't finish all of the scenes as we're streaming, they will get finished as I take this offline. That's the truth about most animated work. Is as nice as it is to come on and be able to talk to people online and be like, oh yeah, talk while I work and just hang out and stuff. The truth about animation is most of it has to be done alone in the quiet recesses of your own free time. Sometimes 3 a.m. for me, sometimes not. Hopefully not, because I should be evolving beyond such terrible juvenile sleep schedules. Not that there's anything wrong with that. But yeah, that's the truth of the matter is mostly you are on your own. But I think that works too. I don't mind that. Oh, right. Also, I should before. Sorry, let me just do this now before I forget. Let me. Where is it? Here we go. Let me gift a membership because I said I was gonna do that. I'm gonna do at least one every stream. Membership gifting. Let's do one membership. And three, two, one. Did it go? Did it go? All right, cool. It works. Great. And who did? Greg! Oh, that's great. Greg actually participates in chats quite a bit, so I'm glad that it went to you, Greg. Uh, Congrats to Greg. We'll definitely have to do some kind of a welcome thing. I think partially for the membership, what we'll do is have a little bit more, um, like what's it we'll call it, more like video content of like I don't know, me climbing a tree or reading poetry with your names in it or something else that's like a more natural, just so that we can save our animation like muscles for these projects that we're making with everyone. But yeah, Greg, welcome. Greg. Okay, that's nice. I'm glad that that worked out. So we'll end up making more stuff for our members, of course, and just a shout out to all of our members, to our day ones who have been here, which is mostly me and our family, me and my sister and other people. But it's really cool. Mayonnaise. Ooh, hello, mayonnaise. You are one of my favorite condiments. Hold on a second. Let me just finish these eyes, and then I'll read your message. JK, let me finish this drawing, and then I'll read your message. Sometimes you get on a roll, and you just gotta go. Just gotta finish. I think what you were asking about was a software question. What? Okay. I wanted to ask you, what software do you use for your animations? Been searching up one for a long time, just about giving up. We are using Adobe Animate. This is what this program is. It's very rudimentary. It's very simple. I've used it since I was a student at CalArts, and I picked it then because it was the simplest thing for me to understand. So, if you're less comfortable with navigating UIs and learning programs, I would highly suggest Adobe Animate. Yes, everybody loves mayonnaise. Mayonnaise is great. It's a delicious, wonderful condiment. But yeah, I would suggest that to you if you are like me, like that. If you cannot, uh, if you're because the only thing about, or one of the things about Adobe, aside from the fact that it's a massive corporation and behaves like a massive corporation, um, is that it is a costly program. So if you're looking for something free, and you are just starting to get into animation, I would suggest, even though I spoke kind of against this earlier for me personally, but I would just suggest that you try Blender. Blender has a lot of capabilities besides just 2D animation, but I think you can adequately do 2D animation in Blender for free because Blender is free. Um, and there are lots of tutorials by people who use Blender who can show you the way of how to do that the way you would want to. And I always tell myself, one day I'm gonna learn Blender, even if it's just for grease pencil, even if I just don't want to do all that other fancy stuff. At least I should learn grease pencil because maybe we'll be able to save some money if we switch to it. Um, but yeah, there's lots of people with lots of tutorials out there for a person looking into Blender. Do you know Worthy Kids? They're a popular animation, original animation too, channel on the internet. All their stuff is done in Blender. Their stuff is really cool. Yeah, there are lots of tutorials out there if you're looking to do new stuff in animation and don't have a program you're married to yet. I really like mayo. I like sriracha mayo. I like olive oil mayo. I love all the mayos. Okay, so we can also probably speed some of these up. Very cool. Mayonnaise. I did not know Blender could be used for 2D animation. Check it out. Yeah, dude, check it out. Check it out, Mayo. Um, Again, the thing I would recommend is finding someone who you know whose artwork that you like. And I'll just actually let me find it for you. Hold on a second. Let me just go to YouTube. Let me find Worthy Kids Blender. It's in my already searched search bar because I certainly looked it up.
Hey everyone, here's
But here, I'll drop this in the chat. And really, like, if you guys are looking to do some animation, you can just try to even step by step with that tutorial, and you'll learn that production process. I looked at it and I tried to follow it along, and I didn't. There's some things I really didn't like about it, so that's why for me in animation, I just want to go almost as quick as possible, and that is limiting in the sense that I could probably be learning to do other techniques, but for now, I'm going to be satisfied with my lot and just do what I can with what I got. So yeah, check that out. Meow meow. Oh, it's 9 o'clock. All right. Well, I'm gonna finish this in between, then probably call it a night. Okay. All right. So I think I'm still a few in betweens off from getting it to this exact place, but essentially it's pretty much there. So to recap what we did today, got our sleepy guy, got our gremlin stealing that plate. He's gonna steal a mushroom, steal a fork, steal something else, and then realize this the greatest prize of all, friendship, is here. And that's what'll get him to go grab the reed, the biggest prize. Mayonnaise, of course, yeah. It can be tough starting something new. So fortunately, the thing about the internet is that there's a lot of jankiness for sure on air, but there's also a lot of support. So best of luck. Try out some tutorials and hopefully, yeah, you can get on to making what you want to make. All right, so I think that's it for today. This is an extension of our first scene. Even though Susano or Gusano, the main character, did not come in to this scene that we worked on today, he will actually be at the very end of it. But for now, this is where we started. Crack. Just Gusano eating some pancakes. Delicious. Meow meow meow. Goes back in. And then we're going to cut to an evening scene where the reed is sleeping now. But then a villain appears. Grabs some mushrooms, grabs a fork, grabs some stuff. And he's going to grab the reed, and off we'll go on to further adventures. Okay, so that's it. Thanks everybody for hopping in. Oh, I got too into the work and I forgot that I needed to put on some music. So apologies for not having much music on this stream and just my sniffing and heavy breathing. Hopefully not too much heavy breathing. Ooh, that's a mistake. But you know what? These streams are these streams are me entirely as I am, flawed and awed by the fact that anybody would want to hop on here and watch the tedium of drawing many, many things over and over again. But to those who are here, thanks. Also, welcome to our new member, Greg. Hopefully, we'll see you in chat again. And yeah, what else? What else do I gotta say? Nope, that's it. I'm tired. I gotta go eat some food. We'll see you all next Wednesday, and goodbye for now. Goodbye. My mouse is not on the button. Okay. Goodbye.